Yesterday's City Council meeting lasted just after 1 o'clock this morning with discussions on more than 230 items on the agenda. So here to talk more about that, the publisher of Austin Monitor, Mike Kanin, here because it's been another late night for you, my friend.
It was a late night and an early morning, as it turns out.
Absolutely. So what were the two issues that really surprised you, or maybe that really we need to talk about this morning? One has to do with Lone Star, right?
Yeah, Lone Star Rail District. This is going to be passenger rail service that, when it's all together, will stretch from Georgetown to San Antonio, which is quite a long stretch, right along I-35.
Okay, and what was the discussion about this?
The question was whether or not council members would amend an agreement that they already have in place to allow Lone Star Rail to take more tax revenue out of these districts that they're going to create around the stations. It's a very complicated sort of thing. The upshot is the city's losing about between $1 and $1.3 million, or would theoretically lose between $1 and $1.3 million in tax revenue, looking for ways to sort of recoup that via accounting stuff that isn't actually quite available yet. They're going to push for that at the legislature this year and perhaps next year.
Because this is a pretty big project with a lot of money, right?
Yeah, lots and lots of money. And like I said, it stretches from Georgetown in the north all the way down to San Antonio. The idea is you'll be able, if you want, to take an express service between Austin and San Antonio, 75 minutes, avoid I-35, of course. And then if you're going to, say, Texas State in San Marcos, it's a 30-minute ride.
Wow.
This is what they say. And if you're going to Texas A&M up in Georgetown, it's about a 30-minute ride also.
Well, traffic is a huge deal. I mean, people right now not wanting to get on I-35 because of the traffic at this hour. But Austin City Council members decided, okay, let's study it some more, or they're on board?
They're on board. They officially signed off. They're going to fork over about 50% of the revenue increase that results from the new stations when they get on the ground. Okay,
speaking of money, Austin Energy, what happened yesterday?
So this is a big deal. You know, they finally signed off on the new generation plan, and what it does is it basically increases the number of renewables that they're going to have in their mix, and this is their portfolio mix, so gas, coal. One of the things that the plan does is that it retires the Fayette plant, or theoretically it starts exploring the retirement of the Fayette plant, which is a big deal. And for many environmentalists, specifically those with the Sierra Club, who've been pushing to get us off coal for a long time, this is a big victory. There are some concerns out there, however, about affordability. There's an industry group called Care that circulated their concerns about whether the increase in rates that would be required to account for these renewables, because renewables can be more expensive depending on the market, what might actually go over the city's self-imposed cap on rate increases, which sits about 2% a year. So there's some concern there. We'll just have to see what happens with the rates. And there's a study attached to this examining the feasibility of retiring the gas plant at Decker, out at Decker Lake, and whether or not which way we should go. Should we do a new gas plant? Should we add more renewables? That's all going to come back to council, this new council.
The new one.
When it's ready.
Okay, by the way, last day of early voting is today.
Today.
So lots of runoffs, so go out there and vote. And Mike, thank you so much for staying up with us, I guess.
Yes, didn't quite push all the way through. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Thank you again.
Thank you, ma'am.